Hello everyone, Silent here and welcome to another Bedrock Edition tutorial. Today I'll be showing you how to properly link nether portals in your Minecraft worlds, along with a bunch of other stuff as well. This is something that I've had a lot of requests for over the last couple of months, so I thought I would go ahead and make a very in-depth tutorial on this entire subject. It's a very useful skill to have, especially on multiplayer worlds. So of course in this video I'll be showing you exactly how to link portals properly, how and why they work the way that they do, so that you fully understand everything that you're doing in your worlds, along with a few tips and tricks to keep in mind when building, and showcasing a few bugs that you should definitely avoid because they are pretty terrible. So overall, this should be a very useful video to you guys in your worlds, and hopefully you do enjoy. So before we start messing with any portals in this video, I need to explain some things about how the Nether works. So the Nether in Minecraft is technically 8 times smaller than the overworld, or 1/8 the size of the overworld. So before you here, you can see 8 blocks in the overworld. Of course, you can count them there if you like. And if you were to walk from this end right here down to this end over here, that would only be equal to a single block in the Nether. However, this also works in reverse, of course. So traveling 1 block in the Nether is equal to walking 8 blocks in the overworld. Pretty awesome for traveling. If you walk 100 blocks in the Nether, that is equal to 800 blocks in the overworld. Extremely convenient for long distance travel. So again, the Nether is 1/8 the size of the overworld, and that is why everyone uses it for travel. So with all of that out of the way, let's actually get into properly linking a nether portal. So as you can see, we have the diamond portal right here, and we're just gonna go through this thing and go to the nether. As you can see, it does drop us off. This is just the nether portal that the game actually generated itself, but most of the time, 99.9999 repeating % of the time, the game will put your nether portal at the wrong location. Like, it just doesn't do the math properly. It doesn't link it properly to the coordinates where it actually should be. So we're gonna go back through to the overworld. We're actually going to break this portal, and then we're going to get the coordinates of it right here in the corner. So as you can see, we have the coordinates in the upper left of the screen. If you don't know how to do this, you just go ahead and do a game rule, show coordinates, and then true. You can do this in survival mode. You can do this on realms. It is super easy. Just game rule, show coordinates, true. And basically you want to get your coordinates. So our coordinates right now are 20 and -8. You can completely ignore the middle Y coordinate. So now we're gonna go ahead and light this portal and go to the nether, and now we need to do a little bit of math. So before you leave a comment down below, if you cannot get coordinates in your world, I'll be showing you a method of how to do this without coordinates simply by using a locator map in about a minute. So now that we have our portals for our portal in the overworld, we need to take those coordinates and divide them by 8. Pretty straightforward. So our coordinates for the overworld is 20 and -8, and we need to divide that by 8, which is basically going to leave us with 2 and -1. So as you can see, this portal is over here at 10 and 13, kind of pretty far off from where it needs to be. We need to go all the way over here to 2 and then walk all the way over here to -1. So this right here is where the game should have placed our portal, but of course it didn't because Minecraft is lazy and it wants you to do more work. So basically we're just gonna build our portal here, and of course your portal can be any size that you like, and of course you don't need these corner blocks. So we're gonna go ahead and just mark this as our diamond portal. We're gonna go ahead and light this thing and then go through. Once we travel back through to the nether, we should end up at this portal, and yes, we do. So as you can see, it is now properly linked. We did not come through that portal even though it is, still lit. So what you can do now is completely remove this or just break it so that you don't ever come through there and no one ever, generates another portal. So again, we can load back into the overworld, go back through to the nether, and it will still be properly linked as you can see here. So before us here, we have the emerald portal, and the thing that's special about this portal is that both of the coordinates X and Z are negative numbers. As you can see, it is -22 and -40. So the thing that you need to do to find the perfect spot for this portal is basically just divide them by 8 still. You can do that by just ignoring the negatives and then dividing it by 8 and then just converting it back to negative. So we'll take our -22 and our -40, divide that by 8, and then that'll give us negative 2.75, which we will round up to 3, and of course negative 5. So we need to go to negative 3 and negative 5, and then build ourselves the emerald portal, and it should link up perfectly to the overworld. So just build up this portal real quick right here and light that thing. And as you can see, we will come out at the emerald portal. We can go back through and we will come back out at the emerald portal as well. So as you can see, everything is working just fine, and negative numbers really aren't a big deal. Just pretend like they don't exist. Just to demonstrate that this method works perfectly fine, even with multiple portals in close proximity, we're going to build up the gold portal. The emerald and the diamond portals are still there. So let's go ahead and light this thing. The coordinates for this thing in the nether should be 5 and negative 1. So we can go over here to 5, and then this right here is going to be negative 1. So we're basically just going to build another portal right here, and if everything works out perfectly, if Bedrock doesn't do an oopsie, then we should have 3 portals within about 10 blocks in the nether, all of these working just fine. So let's go through the gold portal, and as you can see, this drops us off at gold, go back through, and this drops us off at gold. So as you can see, this nether portal linking method truly does work perfectly fine, and as long as you do all of your math correctly, everything should work just fine. So that's about all there is to it when linking nether portals if you have coordinates enabled. Of course, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know with a comment down below. But there's still a lot more that I want to cover, such as how to link nether portals if you have a locator map. Keep in mind, locator maps are only useful for this on the Bedrock edition. So basically what you're going to want to do is get yourself the smallest size locator map, 0 of 4, and make sure this is for your area as well. So as you can see, we can see the black and blue of our lapis nether portal on the map right there. And we have coordinates off, so we have no idea what we're doing, but we're gonna go to the nether. We're gonna end up at the gold portal because that's the closest portal to the lapis one at the moment. However, if we pull out our locator map, you can see that we're gonna be zooming across this thing because that is gonna be the 1:8 ratio in action. So we're gonna try and get our cursor right above the lapis portal in the overworld, which can be a little bit tricky, but basically, you know, somewhere right around this area. It doesn't need to be exact, likely it won't because of that 1:8, but about right here is where we're gonna build our actual lapis portal. So let's go ahead and get that thing in place, mark that with some lapis, and go ahead and light it as well. We should see this thing link up perfectly fine. Yup, lapis is working good. It's working on going on the way back, and the diamond portal should be working too. As you can see, diamond is still working. All of these ones are still working perfectly fine. So as you can see, locator maps on the Bedrock edition do have a hidden use for linking your nether portals. So one last thing that I want to mention about linking close portals is that sometimes Bedrock will just be a butt, and even if you've done everything perfectly, if you have close portals, they might just combine or not link properly, in which case you may want to either raise or lower one of the portals. Generally, height never matters. It doesn't matter in the nether, it doesn't matter in the overworld. However, if you do have close portals or a bunch of portals in one area, sometimes it can be helpful to raise or lower one of them to keep them from interlinking and mingling. So now I'd like to make a little bit of a PSA about a couple of nether portal bugs on this platform that you need to be aware of when messing with these things. Keep them in mind, you know, just be aware of them. So the first one is really weird. You have to light your nether portals on the bottom of the block. You may have noticed that in the video. I light all of my nether portals on the very bottom obsidian. So basically just like that. If you light these things on the side, you will suffocate when you go through these. Never light your nether portals on the side. You will suffocate. So if we go through here, we should take a little bit of damage. Maybe not, it's not an exact science, it's a bug. Another thing that I just discovered about lighting them on the side is lighting them on the side can actually cause them to mislink. So I lit this one on the side, and then I started coming out at the diamond portal, and these two started canoodling. It wasn't good. But as soon as I broke it and lit it on the bottom, then everything was working properly. So that's actually kind of a big bug. If you're having issues with your portals linking to the wrong places, maybe break all the portals, then light them on the bottom. It could be a quick and easy fix to your issues. And also, again, this bug can cause a portal suffocation. You also want to make sure to never eat as you're going through a nether portal, because that can actually cause you to come out at the wrong location or just get dropped off 1,000 blocks away with no nether portals. So make sure to never ever eat when you're inside of another portal. I know it's super inconvenient, but it can cause you some issues. And if you guys want to see either of these bugs fixed, there will be bug report links down in the description that you can upvote, and then hopefully the developers will notice and fix these things in future updates. So of course, everything I talk about in this video applies to all Nether portals in any dimension of the game, so hopefully you guys did enjoy this video and get some use out of it as well. Of course, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, of course, let me know with a comment down below. Always trying to help you guys out as best as I possibly can. But if you enjoy this video, please do leave a like. It helps out the video and the channel significantly. And if you're new here and you want to see more tutorials like this, be sure to subscribe, of course. I will see you guys down in the comment section and in the next one. Thank you again for watching. And then there was silence.